everybody, welcome to the WOSCT Prudential IndyCar Series. We're here live at the Banlands in South Dakota for the running of the Sunoco Banlands Grand Prix. And this is our second race here at North Dakota, and also our very last road course race of the season. So glad to have those road courses out of the way for this season, and we're going to be moving on over to the best courses. The ovals, the ones that you turn left in and sometimes right in some tracks, but that has probably the best racing in the NR 3, so I decided not to have a lot of road courses this season. This is our last road course of this season. It's also a sister course of the Mount Rushmore's course back also in South Dakota. That was in Black Hills, South Dakota. This is in the Banlands, South Dakota. So we're still in South Dakota, and now we're heading to its sister track, the Banlands. Hopefully there will be some great racing there with some great views of the Banlands of South Dakota. On the pole will be Trevor Thompson. He earns the additional point, and the Chris Grant will start on the outside. Because we're a little short on time, we're going to get right into the command. Let's hear those famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
Cars are rolling off the track, and I think everyone's clean. Yeah, maybe everyone is clean. So again, this is a sister track of the Rushmore Speedway a few miles back in South Dakota. This is similar to that, except it's in more desert area. There you see the "Thanks for visiting South Dakota" sign. And now Trevor Thompson leads us to the field. And it's just like the first race, the other race before. 15 laps here at the Banlands here in South Dakota. And I apologize if I said it a little too much, but you get the point by now. And the green flag is out underway in the Banlands. And this is our final road course of the season, so this is the very last time this season you get to see these winged cars. Uh-oh, Alex Tanker might have a challenge between Trevor Thompson. And that's rare in road courses like these. It's a rare challenge. Well, and he might get... Oh, and there's already a spin in the back. Yikes. But Thompson has the advantage, though, so thank goodness for Trevor Thompson. He saves it, another wreck happens, and now he's in the grass. Uh-oh, he's in the grass. He's in the sand, I mean. He was losing lost a little bit of speed there. He did save it, though. Thank goodness. Now you see the lights are on. The caution is obviously out. Here they come towards the final turn. This track's a little bit shorter than the one in Rushmore. And the leader to the line is Trevor Thompson. What an extraordinary start here. Yikes. We'll get to the wrecks. We might have one or two or maybe even three wrecks. Whoa, I think we have one here. And I think this is the first one. So I think this is the first one. He tried getting in, and oh, Avi Sachs gets into Evan Gattuso, and then in turn spins Zach Flickinger out. And then Flickinger goes for a bumpy ride. And you're not going to believe the extraordinary views he sees while being spun out. So let's go on board with Flickinger. There you see him spinning on the hills, and he goes back up to speed. He actually goes uphill on the hills. Pretty bumpy way to get back on track. And he tries to go back on track. Oh, and he gets clipped Ryan Lee at the meantime. Don't know what that was about. Here it is again. He gets into Ryan Lee in the 2. I don't know what that was about, but wow. Wow. A little bit of commotion back there. And there was a second wreck in there, so we'll get to that later. Weird views for Flickinger, and who's going to get the penalty? I'm thinking it's Avi Sachs, because he spun Evan Gattuso out. Here's the wreck again, and look at this. It's closed down. Boom. Spin him out. And then there's Rod Houston, and a lot of drivers dumped below. Mike Bob is hit. There's Eric Burton. Oh, there's Rod Houston. There's John Sinadino hit. There is, wow. A lot of drivers spinning. Rod Houston spins in the sand. A lot of drivers get dumped on that strange turnaway. And there's Leia Walker and Ryan Lee spinning. What happened to them? Oh, they were just trying to avoid it, and then, oh, whoa, I think that driver back there, Jake Ragow, spins both of them out. Leia Walker and Alec Atuso spins, Ryan Lee spins. Thankfully, they were just, they slewed down in front of the spectators before anything disastrous happened. And then Michael White gets into Ryan McLemore, and McLemore, I think, loses a tire. And he simply got loose on that turn. He couldn't stop. McLemore is hit. Samuel Ogo is hit. Wow, this is survival of the fittest. This is survival of the fittest, basically. What a way to start off this race. I mean, wow. And here's Ryan McLemore, lost a tire. He was the one that lost the tire, and that's why he couldn't move. Go on board with him. Ooh, hard hit. And Rob Bob and the Bobs are spun as well. What a way to start off this race. And before we get to green, we are immediately into the green flag. How strange is that? And the drivers, only Michael White and Ryan McLemore retired from the spins back there. And I'm surprised no more drivers retired. So already it's promising to be a wreck fest here in the Banlands. Let's see if we can get through this cleanly. And the green flag will be out on the next period. Green is out again at the Banlands. And look at Trevor Thompson getting a good start. Uh-oh, Tanker not having a great run. He's losing up on the high, and now he spins out Ogo, and both get dumped into the sand. Yikes, what a bad move by Alex Tanker, and he just skids very far. That's a long way down from there. We'll get to them later. Oh, wow. And already the caution's out. And I guess that was probably for them. Pichu's now in second. He's looking at Livingston. Here comes Xavier Livingston trying to make a move on Pichu for second. Right now, second is an elite spot to be in. Pichu is still hanging on. And now the lead of the stripe, it's Trevor Thompson again to the stripe. My oh my, has this been a wacky race. And no other driver wrecked, so let's see what happened to Alex Tanker back there. He was the one that got spun. Let's go on board with him for a better view. Here's Alex Tanker in the back. No, here's Alex Tanker on the front side. On board with them. Let's go slow-mo this time. And there you see tries to go through second. Samuel Ogo gets in, and then Tanker gets into Ogo out of the way. They both get dumped in the sand there. And they go for a wild ride. You won't believe the onboard camera here in full time. Here it is in full time. Yikes. Oh my goodness. And there you see trying to get out of these Banlands, trying to find the road parts, running as fast, and look at Ogo just flip over, tries to go up on the hills, tries to avoid them, and then gets stuck into the rocks, and I don't know what he was thinking. I think he was trying to get through the rocks. He thinks the rocks are just see-through, and they are pretty heavy. and they apparently then they ran out of time, so they had to be sent magically to the pits, but Ogo had the worst of it. Here's his flip again in on-board camera, and he goes over the hills. And then some invisible force flips him over, and he lost a tire. See that in the helicopter view. Oh no, it was the rocks. He hit the rocks. He again tried to go through the rocks. Boy, that's a dumb move. Rocks are solid. Let that be a lesson to those both. Let that be a lesson to you guys. Rocks are solid. Not air. Wow. So alright. And we just got word that Samuel Ogo has retired. And I don't know about the tanker, but we'll probably see what happens later. And now we're gonna go green again. Tanker is out of the pits. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be, and I'm not sure why they allow him to go out when the green flag is already out. Oh boy, he better not be a factor in the leader, because that would be disastrous for Trevor Thompson if Tanker was to get in the way of his lead. And worst of all, he's facing a hungry crowd of Ryan McLemore, Pichu, Chris Grant, and the 12. And I don't think they're going to reach him. They're actually not going to reach him, so I'm surprised. Oh, and we have another caution. And it was for the 9 of Zach Flickinger. I'm not surprised. And Tanker might barely get through without any pressure from the leaders, so thank goodness that Trevor Thompson doesn't have to deal with Tanker to the stripe. And there he is going for the lead. He'll get the lead away under the caution again. And, oh, Stephen Paul III was involved as well, and he's trying to get out of the track. Oh boy. And here it is again. Here is the replay for Stephen Paul III, and there you see, oh, he slewed down on the turn there, and Chris Grant got in the way. They both get dumped by themselves, and they hit the rocks, which for some reason, these specific kind of rocks are air, basically see-through. I don't know why those other rocks we had against Samuel Ogo weren't see-through, but it's pretty wacky. And unlike the Ogo and Tanker, they made it through with the rocks. The rocks led them to the way. You could say the rocks led them to the way. And there you see them spinning out. They went through the rocks. And they're navigating through. I'm surprised Pollard didn't fall off the track there, because that was a dangerous turn. And thankfully, Pollard was able to get back on track, and so does Chris Grant. He went to see the wall back there. Went to see the wall, and then he spins in the pits. And only spinning in the pits, he gets dumped again, and this time, it's one ditch he can't get out of. And he actually can. Okay. And he went through the pits. And once again, he was trying to navigate out of it and into the street. And then he spins out again. Okay. What is Chris Grant doing? I have no clue. Now he's lost. He's completely lost. Oh no, he's not. He's back on the track. Oh wow. It took him a while for Chris Grant to get back on track, but not before like 3 spins on the road. Maybe he should have been too fast entering to those roads. He should have took his time. Well, he probably wanted to win like every other driver, but well, it's going to be hard now for him. And here's a fresh look at these at the signs. There's the Kodak sign from like 1950s. There's a refreshing ice water, which everyone needs at this point, since it can get pretty hot here at a a city like this, since a track like this can easily get pretty hot. And I don't think it's too hot for them, so we're in the middle of spring, so it's not going to be really too... It's not really too hot for them. It's actually kind of warm, so they're good enough. But I was wondering, whatever happened to Zach Flickinger? We saw him in the pits while under caution. Let's see what happened. And he was racing against Stephen Paul III. No, Ryan Lee. He was racing against the two. Here's one of the turns. Did he take it too hard? Yep, he took it too hard. He got loose on that turn. He spun out. And he hit the rocks, which for some reason those rocks are solid, but the others aren't. Not sure about these rocks. These are some of the weirdest rocks we've seen in a race. And pace car is out with 6 to go. Trevor Thompson, your leader. Quick rundown: Austin Ogo, Zach Flickinger, Mike Bob. They've retired. Green's out. And Tanker, nowhere to be seen. Ben Cannon looks to take advantage of the lead. Got a really good start. And he's side by side with the 14 Ben Cannon. Can we see a pass on a road course? I'm not sure we can. Thompson has the preferred line there. He almost had it. No. Doesn't get there. I thought we were going to see a pass back there. And Chris Grant, wow, he took a pit stop way too late back there. I guess he took it too late, and that's why he lost his position. He was running in the top 5 before, and I guess a problem endured in his car, and unfortunately couldn't get the win. He couldn't get back to speed. Look at them on the high side. I think everyone is pitted, and Trevor Thompson came out first. 5 to go now for Trevor Thompson. 5 laps to go. And Pichu has dropped all the way to 7th somehow. Oh, and we never got views from the track itself. Here we go. Here's an onboard view of Trevor Thompson with a tour around the track. There you see they had to go through a turn. They had to go through a couple hills to start things off. Scraping back there. There you see some turns back there. There you see packs of dust. Oh, and this is the turn to get loose, in which if you get too loose in that turn, you're probably going to lose grip. And he's losing grip now. He's losing the lead to Ben Cannon. And Ben Cannon makes the move to the front, and there he is joining Jacob Lawler with him. Wow, what a weird turn of events here. And they're still side by side. And who gets the lead of the stripe? It's Jacob Lawler. Or is it? It's Jacob Lawler. Wow. You can't even tell which is the start-finish line or not. I'm a little confused. Oh, we were not done with the track tour. Oops. That's alright. Let's just move on to the race because it's about to get intense. 3 to go here. Jacob Lawler with the lead after the most of the race has been dominated by the three. That turn is deadly. That's probably the turn you don't want to mess up in because a lot of people get in the dirt a lot. And now we head on over to the final turn. We are going to be finishing with through. 3 to go here at the Banlands. And it's intense, folks. We're green still, and Lawler has the lead. Trevor Thompson drops to 3rd. And Pichu drops to 8th. He's looking to just barely get points. And this is a battle for the final point spot between Seth Cole and Chris Dollarton. It's about to get intense. Let's see if anyone cracked messes up again on the final turn. We'll see. And Lawler still has a lead. He's gone to the sand turn again. Both of them went through. Little cleanly, the top 3, but Trevor Thompson is looking to get 2nd away. looking to get that lead back. And here they come towards pit road with 3 to go. And Lawler is still breezing by with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go for Jacob Lawler. Comfortable lead here. We switch to TV2. And there you see a panorama view of the track itself. And look at this, Ben Cannon gaining up on the Lawler. But here comes Trevor Thompson for the 2nd spot. There you see the 98 out in view, and here comes the turn, and Ben Cannon did take it. He took it well, and he gets past the 98. Can you believe it? He gets past the 98 after he blew up on that turn. And I told you, that turn is not one you don't want to mess with. Now it's down to Ben Cannon and Trevor Thompson. And now they'll see the white flag with 1 lap to go for each of them. White flag is out for Ben Cannon. Last time he was in this position, he pitted on the very last turn before the checkered flag and lost to Ryan Lee. Now this time he's trying to avoid heartbreak. This time with Ryan Lee's teammate of all people, Trevor Thompson. And Thompson is right on the bumper of the 14. He's looking to make a move. And here they come towards the turn. Here we go. Will anybody choke here? Think everyone just made it through, and Ben Cannon just made it through easily. Trevor Thompson trying to give everything he's got for the 14. And it's not enough. He just missed out on it. And off the final turn, and he's not pitting, Ben Cannon wins at the Banlands. And heartbreak ends for the 14. What a race, folks. An interesting up and down race here at the Banlands. And Ben Cannon gets his win, finally gets his first win this season. After heartbreak before with Ryan Lee and Kikassia, he gets revenge out on Trevor Thompson at the Banlands. So congrats to him on the win. Ben Cannon will win the race, Trevor Thompson 2nd, Jacob Lawler 3rd, Pichu makes it to 4th, Alex Raga to 5th, Joseph Lombard 6th, Xavier Livingston 7th, Bill Flickinger in 8th, Jacob Cook 9th, Jacob Cook is 9th, and Eli Sachs is 10th by just 0.2 of a second. Look at the margin between 10th and 11th. Seth Cole and Eli Sachs. Eli Sachs won that race by 2 one-thousandths of a second. By 2 one-thousandths of a second, he is able to steal 1 point away from Seth Cole. We've got to watch this again, see how that went down. And we apparently cannot get good views from here, so I guess we'll have to get to the rear chase. So here was the race down for the final point spot. There you see Eli Sachs and Seth Cole battling it out. And here we go to the stripe. I think, it was Eli Sachs that won the race back for the 10th and final point spot. Look at that close. That was really close. That was for the 10th and final point spot. And Eli Sachs wins it by 2 one-thousandths of a second. And Seth Cole will go home with no points. Tough break for him. He was just 2 one-thousandths away from doing so. Wow, that's one way to lose. That's one way to go home empty-handed. Yikes. But who's not going home empty-handed this time? Ben Cannon, your winner, folks, in the final road course of this season. The next few races are going to be in ovals. Yep, it's going to be ovals. And the next race is going to be heading to New York at Seneca Super Speedway, the home track, one of the home tracks of TA2 racing here in Seneca, New York. In Seneca Falls, New York. So, hope you guys stick around. Point standings up next, and we will see you later.